Hello again, StarCraft fans. I'll be casting another game between Flash as random. This time it's going to be against Soma. You have Flash spawning in the top right, as the yellow Protoss, and Soma in the bottom left. That's the blue Zerg. I would say Zerg is about in between in terms of how it does against random. Terran being the best and Protoss being the worst. Zerg is probably fine, except if it's a ZVZ, then it becomes extremely difficult. It's a razor's edge matchup, and any disadvantage really snowballs in ZVZ. This time we have a ZVP. Let's see how good Flash's ZVP is. This map is interesting, of course. We have these back bases. Only 6 patches, but a full gas, and if you can just defend this ramp, you have that back base easily defendable until the enemy player gets air units. So I'm moving the larva over to the left side. Looks like he's gonna go for hatchery first. It's a 4-player map. So even against a 9 pool, I mean basically the worst case scenario is you go 12 hatch and Flash is 9 pooling. Otherwise 12 hatch is certainly viable in all matchups. The hatchery from Soma, and Flash is actually going for Nexus first. So he knows Soma is Zerg. Whoa, what was that? That was a mistake. That was actually pretty bad. Not really sure what happened. Was it misplaced? And Soma, of course, going for 2 hatch. Even against Protoss, Soma has been known to go for 2 hatch play. Really mixing things up, and here's finally a drone scout. And he's going to scout Flash last, which is very unfortunate for him. Flash actually going for gateway even before Forge. It's a really greedy opener from Flash. Unfortunately, he was forced to cancel what I think was a Nexus. It was really delayed. And another pylon from Flash. Not even making a Forge. Gassed instantly even. And now Soma is finally going to know that he's up against Protoss. Flash, of course, is completely in the dark on Soma's opener, but he at least has the race information from the get-go. Soma making 4 lanes right off the bat, and he's not going to be able to accomplish much with these lanes, considering it's cross map and he went for hatchery first, but he will use them to deflect that probe scout. Link speed started as well. You can see Flash's cybernetics core is still at a decent time even against 2 hatch play. He's been able to skip Forge and Cannon. Fortunately, losing his probe scouts, he doesn't know he's up against a 2 hatch build. Drone getting that full scouting information, and he's gonna retreat now. Flash, let's look at his Stargate time. Look at this Stargate time, it's extremely fast. This was a Nexus first. If you can get your Stargate even before the Spire, when Zerg is going for 2 hatch, you're in a really comfortable position. Drone somehow able to escape without falling. Looks like Gonzalez didn't attack for a second there. Flash gonna look to get that second gas. Now because 2 hatch meta isn't as powerful against Protoss, basically you don't want to just continue to make mutas against Protoss like you would against Terran. Like, the second gas timing is very important here. I'm pretty sure Soma's just going to stay on 1 gas for a lot longer than you'd expect it to hatch. Here we have Flash finally making cannon and that first Corsair getting +1 instantly. And this is just a very good opener from Flash against basically an unscouted hatchery first. There's that second gas only after the natural is fully saturated. We have 6 patches here, and we have enough drones to put 1 on each. Soma leaving the Lings at the front just for scouting. And there's that first Corsair heading out for Flash. Third hatch going down for Soma. Looks like he's gonna be able to make. He has the gas for 5 meters. Overloads are about to pop. Flash also getting that +1 air. Looks like Soma is going for some Scourge first. Flash getting here. He sees this fast second gas. And he's actually shooting the Overlord a bit. Nope, looks like he's gonna retreat. He doesn't have information of the Spire. But he still has to be careful. Soma getting that fourth hatch. And he's getting +1 carapace. So he's not actually going for mutas right off the bat. And he's already transitioning into more drones and the Hydra. This is what I'm saying. This fast second gas wasn't just to get mutas right off the bat. Against Protoss, you really do want to transition, and Flash is really preparing for that fast muta timing. Getting Corsairs set up as Nat with some cannons, 2 cannons. Scourge flying in to get that scout. Even getting a Dragoon. This is just an anti-Scourge method, really. They do help out a little bit against mutas, but they can 3-shot these Scourge. Corsairs have a tough time against Scourge until they're at that critical 5 number, 6 without +1. And here's Soma finally making some mutas, utilizing his gas count. Still droning up, and he's already getting Hydra speed. Soon we're going to see a 5th hatch even. Flash getting some additional gateways now. Citadel is done. He's getting Zealot speed and an Archives. Now, Soma showed the mutas, and Flash actually cancels one of the second cannons after not seeing those mutas arrive. He's already at a good number of Corsairs, still making more. And again, only after getting another hatchery do we see the evolution chamber finally being added. Finally trapping that probe so he can stack his Corsairs. Still making more Corsairs against mutas. You basically don't just stop at 5 or 6. You want to keep making. Evolution chamber done. It's almost +1 almost done, and Hydra range already on the way. Flash going up to 6 gateways, getting in Archon even, so he's overreacting to the muta threat. Basically, because he hasn't been able to scout, he doesn't actually know what Soma is doing. Soma going up to 6 hatcheries, and I like how he's positioning them like this. They kind of help with SimCity, but more importantly, it's just easier to mac when all your hatcheries are like this. No reason to make a hatchery at your natural or your main. You want your hatcheries forward like this. And here comes Flash's first move on. It's going to be a very small number of Zealots and Archon and the Corsairs. So this is very good against mutas, but not so good against a Zerg that transition very quickly after only making 2 mutas and mostly Scourge. Flash already getting +1 armor. Dragoon range on the way. As for Protoss on this map, it's very difficult to get that 3rd gas established. You can see the next natural base doesn't have a 3rd gas, only has 6 mineral patches. Not that great of a base. Much better utilized by Zerg. Flash coming in. He does have a sizable army supply advantage, but again, without Storm, Hydras are gonna pack a punch here. Good flank by the Corsair, by the Scourge on the Corsairs. Not a ton of Corsairs go down. He did keep making them. You see Flash has 6 Corsairs here, killing off all those slow overlords as the ground army gets killed. Flash basically trading away his ground army to get a ton of overlord kills there. You see Soma is moving out. He's bringing the overlords. He has to be careful not to get countered by the Corsairs as he moves out. Flash still with only the 1 cannon. He does have the high ground, and he is banking up some storms. That's a significantly large Zealot mass here. Looks like he wants to push Soma back. Soma setting up to take 4th base with this 7th hatch. Again, only 2 mutas were made. +1 carapace was just to help out against the Corsairs. Flash continuing to put on the pressure, and this doesn't allow Soma to drone up, but you can see Soma's already in lurkers, and Flash critically delayed his robo facility. Basically in PvZ, you want to get that robo facility up before you start your gun range. They cost about the same, robo costs 50 more minerals and gas, but the goon upgrade of range is so that you can fight the lurkers, but what good is it if you can't see them? And here comes Flash moving in again, and just with 4 lurkers, someone's going to be able to defend this. Flash taking a ton of spines here, and a bit of a risky attack there from Flash. Really overextended his units, and Soma defends that. Now Flash might be able to cancel this base, looks like he does, and he should be able to retreat here. Soma moving his lurkers and Hydras forward. One thing keeping Flash in this game is these Corsairs. They've been able to do a ton of damage to the Overlord fleet of Soma. Soma's been supply blocked for a very long time. Hasn't been able to drone up as either because of all this pressure from Flash. You can see Flash finally has that robo. Getting that observatory. In range almost done. Looks like again Flash moving in. Sees only 2 lurkers, not afraid of spines, but at least this time I don't think it was worth it. He also loses a lot of the Corsairs. We actually have a lurker drop. I completely missed this research by Soma, and with only 1 cannon here, Flash does see it. Looks like the spot actually hit the gas for some reason. One of these lurkers will go down to the cannon. And now Flash being forced to not mine in this base. He needs that observer to get there as quickly as possible. And now the threat of the drop is completely is active, and Flash is gonna have to defend the space with more defenses than just 1 cannon. That threat of drop is always gonna be there now for someone to utilize at any point. Corsairs are down to 3, not that threatening a number anymore, not like the previous 7, 8, or 9. Looks like the Overlord is still here, just scouting. Sees the Overlords finally being made. And let's look at the High Templar card. Flash has 1 High Templar, or 1 Storm on each High Templar. Fourth done for Soma. Again, on this map, very difficult for Protoss to get that 3rd gas. This is a likely 3rd base, but with Flash investing in a lot of in units, I don't think we'll see that. Oh, unfortunately for Flash, looks like a bunch of Zealots here getting cut off. Well, it might look like they can just fight these Hydras. Someone could block at any moment at the ramp and make an egg. And Flash using this opportunity while Soma's distracted at the top left to come in and attack. Looks like I suspected this was a drop then. It actually wasn't, just some Overlords being sent across the map. Flash setting up that 3rd Nexus finally. Soma's still on lair tech, getting +2 on his Hydras. Flash does have the upgrade advantage, 2-1 against 1-0. So if he can stabilize on this position where it's 3 base against 4, I think he'll be fine. Looks like 2 Zealots were able to escape. Looks like someone's gonna set up for a drop. You can see him moving the Hydras to the right side of the map. Corsairs are here, but with only 3, it won't be enough. Sometimes you see Protoss leave 1 High Templar back. Dropped units are extremely clumped. So when using the Overlord to see where Flash's army is, and he's going to set up for a 16 Hydra-less drop. It's like 2 Hydras get left behind, but there's only 1 cannon. 2nd cannon about to finish, and the Corsair slightly out of position, not shooting the Overlords as they come in. Hydras immediately kill off that cannon, and looks like he's gonna want to block the ramp so Flash's units can't get here. And there's a block at the ramp. Now this Nexus is completely exposed, and there's not much Flash can do. Actually, looks like the Zealots can filter through, but only coming in 1 at a time. Very slow to react to this drop from Flash. You can see the lurker eggs providing a ton of value, and the Nexus goes down. And someone moving forward, but Flash left most of his units predicting this. He should be set up to deal with this once these High Templars have 2 storms each. Still hurts a lot to lose this third base, even though there's not that many minerals here. The gas is really a big factor here. And all of Flash's Corsairs finally killed. Hydra's moving in, sniping off the probes. Good movement from Soma as Flash is a little bit distracted, trying to set up a new base and deal with the drops. Very exposed third base from Flash. There's going to be a moment where Flash just runs out of patience and moves out. It looks like Soma's setting up for another big drop. It's almost +2 finish, so these Hydras get another big power spike with that upgrade. Flash is about to have +2 armor to negate that +2 attack. And here's another big drop. Much bigger drop from Soma this time, and there's nothing in Flash's back base. It's like Soma wants to unload here, but realizing there's nothing there, he's just going to unload in the main. He's going to be right on top of this robo. He can snipe this observer and the robo, and no more observers for Flash. Has to be careful pumping up his units like this. It's like not that many lurkers, so his ults are pretty effective here. Opportunity to pick off a ton of the observers there, but almost just utilizing this to distract, and he's gonna go for this nexus that was gonna be set up. It's like he's even gonna be able to save some of these Hydras. Again, this drop didn't deal a ton of damage, but it's keeping Flash busy. While Soma's on 4 bases, Flash is only on 2, only 1 gas, and it looks like Flash is running out of patience. He just wants to go. He wants to attack. He's waited long enough. He has that +2 armor, and this is going to be his big attack. Supply counts are in Soma's favor, but a lot of this is in workers. Someone's setting up Sunkens as well as his lurkers. Sunken lurker is extremely hard to break. Flash has to be careful not to go in with Zealots. Wants to move in with Dragoons first. High Templars behind them. It looks like in this moment, Flash is gonna get countered by about a control group of Hydras. He's only gonna be able to defend with his rallied units, and with 1 lurker here and no detection, Flash is just gonna move in. Again, he's moving in with the Zealots first. Zealots eating the lurker spines, even hurting his own Zealots with the storm. Zealots, it's only Dragoons and High Templars, and not that many storms left. Look like Flash isn't completely on top of this. He's a little bit distracted by his counter, and with his army dwindling, he taps out. So almost setting up for taking a 5th base as well, and his position was looking very strong. High finally started. Flash unable to take another base, down to 1 nexus. Actually, no mining. GG. Well played by Soma. Interesting game with the openings, and that'll be all for today. Thanks for watching. This was Seriosity with another StarCastTV cast.